Hey Tubes, we're embarking on a new project here in a fairly new setup. We got the camera that's you guys set up there on the tripod, shining down here on my desk, and then we got a nice big light here that really helps out a lot with the visibility. But anyway, got a package come today. A little surprise in the mail. And what it is what I've been much awaiting, actually. It's my infrared LEDs. Look at them. There's 10 of them in there. And you might be wondering, wait a minute, I thought you couldn't see infrared. Why do you want infrared LEDs? Well, that's a good question. And what we're doing is we're going to be making a night vision goggles, night vision scope, night vision, whatever you want to call it. But we're trying to make a night vision device. So if you go over and you check out a channel that's called KipK, I think that's what it's called. I'll write that down for you. He does all kinds of hacks and mods and all kinds of stuff, and he's into gadgets and whatever. So if you go over and check him out, KipK, there you go. He's pretty cool, and he's where I got the idea. But basically what it comes down to is hopefully I'm just going to set up my stuff here and you'll be able to stand my talking. But what it basically is an LED light that shines. I'm going to create an array of them with these, and what'll happen is it'll be in a project box, and the light will shine out from the array, and then I'm going to take a viewfinder out of an old video camera. If you ever seen one of them, and I'll draw it again, one of those old video cameras with the crazy scope that comes out of them. I won't draw it, you probably know what I mean. You know, like a box, and it's got this crazy viewfinder thing with a little lens on it, like my drawing. And so we're going to cut this guy off and take the wires and circuitry out and hook this up to a webcam, because even though infrared light is invisible to the human eye, cameras can see it. I'll do an example for you. If you take a regular TV remote we got here, and of course normally, now I can't show you since you're not with me, but if you take one of these remotes and shine it, you can get your own, shine it in your eyes, press any button you want, and you're not going to see any light from the little thing right there, which just happens to be an infrared LED. But if I shine it at the camera, I'll just come look around here, make sure I'm actually, yeah, see, I'm not even pointing it. You can see it, okay? And consequently, since my camera has a high frame rate, you can see it pulsating, and that's of course how it transmits a signal to the TV. Although you see no difference, and I don't see any difference between the rate of blinking, or at least not without analyzing it more carefully. But there's surely a difference in the rate, and that would be that's what tells the TV to turn on or turn the volume up or whatever. I thought that was pretty cool. Now you might notice it's kind of purple in color, which I'm not sure. I think they might be a different wavelength. These are 820 nanometers or 850 nanometers, and that's just a wavelength which basically determines the color. But to be cheaper, I think unless we can hack up a webcam, we might have to buy a little micro camera, and we'll just buy one that's black and white, because in the dark you're not looking to see colors anyway. But that's all there is to that. So what we're gonna do is cut these open. I had a knife around here. It is. Gotta get my knife and cut these open. And we're gonna get ready and start creating an array. So without further ado, I'll cut this open, not on film because I'll probably cut myself. But get these out here and I'll show you what I'm gonna do. Alright, so if you take a look here, I'll at least credit the designers where I got my my design from. I found this little wizard here that helps you create LED arrays, and all you do is put your specs in, the voltages and stuff. You can take a look at that if you're interested. But what it does is you put them all in, and say if you want a schematic or a wiring diagram, and it comes up with something for you. So you can put all different numbers of LEDs, and it'll come in up with different arrays, with wiring them in series and parallels and whatnot. But it only came up with one for mine, for 10 LEDs exactly, for wanting to use a 9-volt battery. It came up with just wiring basically them all in series. Two sets in series, and then 2 resistors at the end. So I don't have the resistors, but I'm going to get started on soldering them together in series. Alright, so I've got some things laid out here. First, I've got the LEDs ready to go, and my soldering irons here. And I got a little bit of sandpaper so I can clean off the contacts. Now, one thing that's important to know when soldering out LEDs, and I'm not going to go into a whole lot of detail, but you have to know the polarity. LEDs, is very important to know the polarity, because it's not like you can just hook up the negative to the one and the positive or another. You have to know which one's a positive and the negative. And it just so happens that the longer lead, you can see that one of these is longer. The longer lead, my camera doesn't focus so very well, but the longer lead is a positive lead. Just keep that in mind. Alright, folks. So we're gonna have to get ready to go out to dinner. We're going out for wing night tonight, so we're not gonna get to finish, but that's okay. I think we've done enough for a volume 1 already. So you can see I've got an array of 5 put together, and if you look back to the schematic, you can see that there's going to be 5. I'll probably do these 5 on top of each other, followed by an identical array underneath, parallel to it, and I'll have to solder a wire on the end connecting the two. For example, these are, by the way, I marked each negative with a black line, but you can't see that. But each negative, I took a Sharpie and put a black line just to make it easier. But so, like, these are all this is a negative on the end. So an identical one of these will have a negative on the bottom. So I'll connect the 2 negatives and have a wire leading to wherever my batteries are, because this is going to go in one of those Radio Shack project boxes. But there you go. Looking pretty good so far. I'm hoping maybe I'll drop a little lead while I'm out to eat that we need to go to Radio Shack, and then we'll be able to get what we need. But I appreciate you watching, and stay tuned for Volume 2. Alright, tubes. Take it easy now.